guys, what's up? I am Samarpan Dasgupta back again with new tutorial video. In this video, we are going to know about the list view and grid view in Flutter. In the last video, we know about the row and column of Flutter that having some of the disadvantages that will be solved by the list view and the grid view. So without wasting any time, let's switch to the screen. So guys, in this last video, we ended up with the column. So now let's make to the column to the row so that I will be tell you very much easily. So now you can see the items is arranged in the row and make it and remove it so that it will be at the center by default. So yeah, now as you can see, there is 3 widget that is fitted under the screen, but now instead of the 3 widget, if we make it many widgets, okay, so how much that will show. So if I make a hot reload, as you can see, there is a overflow is happening, and let's see what's saying in the terminal. Our rendered flex overflow that pixels on the right. Okay, so that is overflow happening because the screen size is not as mass enough to maintain at all of the children. So instead of the row, what we can do, we can use here list view. Okay, and in the list view, the main axis alignment not present. So in the list view, and if I hot reload it here, you can see the items in the vertical manner. Okay, so let's do one thing. Just first remove all of the things and do one thing. I make a decent margin and padding margin so that it will be separated from the other blocks. So we can do in that way: symmetric horizontal 20 and vertical 20. Okay. And make it many of the blocks. So I make x number of blocks and I hot reload it here. Here you can see that the item by default is coming in the column. So just remind one thing, for the list view, items by default coming in a vertical order, in a column, in a vertical order actually. So if you want to make it in the horizontal order, what you have to do, you have to give the parameter scroll direction that will be axis horizontal and axis vertical. If you don't provide the scroll direction, it will be by default vertical. So if you want to make it horizontal, give axis dot horizontal and make a hot reload here. Okay, here now you can see all of the elements is arranged in horizontally. Okay, so guys, as you can see, it is covering the whole screen instead of giving a specified width and height. So if we want to control the width and height of the children of the list view, we have to do, we have to control the width and height properties of the parent scope. So the parent scope is now container, so I make it a height width of 100 and height of 150, just like the children widget width and height. And if I make a hot reload here, actually the items actually present in that small section. So the scrolling is happening, but it is present in the small section because we mistakenly give the width of 100. So here let's do the width that taking the full screen width, and make, after making the width, make a hot reload here, and you can see the width is the list view taking the whole width of the screen, and you can scroll it here. Okay, now let's make it center for the better view. And for the center, we don't have to necessarily use center of every time because we wrapped the list view with the container, and the container having the property of alignment and alignment having a property of center. Okay, so now having a hot reload and the items are not at the bottom of the screen. So what we can do, we have to do in that way 150, but instead of alignment dot center, we also can wrap it with the center widget as well, and because otherwise that will not work because the container having the size of 150. So we have to wrap it with the other container and giving the alignment of center, or else using the center is also a better choice. Okay, now it is at the center of the screen. Okay, so if I scroll here, it is scrolling smoothly. Now there is many effect of the scrolling. This is the by default effect. So there is a parameter name under the list view, the parameter name as physics, and if you go here, just like I show you one of the tutorial video previously, you can use many of the scroll physics methods. So if I come here at the child here, so Here you can see there is a property of range maintaining spool physics, and there is many property of it. Bouncing spool physics. So my favorite one is that bouncing spool physics. So what we can do, we can write here bouncing spool physics. Okay, and make a hot reload here. Here you can see there is a bouncing effect. Okay, just like there is a bouncing effect. Okay, and there is another scrolling property is present, that is never scrollable spool physics. So after that, if we hot reload here, you can't be make a scroll here. Okay, so the scroll is getting restricted here. The scroll is getting freezed. There is many more present about that, so you can explore at your own. So bouncing scroll physics is giving a chance of bouncing play with that of it. Okay, beside that, in the list view you can see in the reverse. So just like I do one thing, if I give here the color as red, suppose, and if I make a hot reload here, so here you can see the red block is coming at the front of the scrolling. So I change it here bouncing spool physics so that I can scroll it easily, and make a hot reload here to applicable that work. So here you can see now the bouncing is working. Okay, now the bouncing is working and the red block is showing at the front of the screen. If we reverse the children order, just like if we want to send that red block at the end, just like we want to change the direction of the children of the list view, we use that property reverse true. Okay, and if we use that, you can see the red block is the end of the screen. So if I scroll it here at the front of the screen, so at the front of the screen, the last widget that was previously the last widget, it is coming at the first, and the first widget, that is the red block, it is coming at the last. So in that way you can do that. Beside the list view, there is many more properties. Sync wrap, we will see the sync wrap in later. Okay, so there is many more item you can explore. So you can explore, even we will use more of the parameters when we explore the project. So I want to tell you a special property of list view. So in the list view, we can generate as many child as we want. Okay, so how can we do that? For that, just remove the list view as of now, or the children. Now instead of the children, what we have to do, in the list view there is a constructor present at ListView.builder. Under that ListView.builder, you have to give a parameter item count. I say at least I want to generate 15 elements, and how to you generate the elements through the item builders. It accepts a context and integer. The context is not a main concern for that as of now. So in case of Flutter, in the production, what I do, if the variable is no use of it, but we have to declare it, so I represent it with underscore. Okay, and the second thing is the index. Okay, so index of the element, just like the index is start from the 0 and the last index is total item -1. So for the 15, the first index is 0, the last index is 14. Okay, now that is a callback function, and that for that callback function, it is index representing every element. Now if I write in that way to make the container, and giving with 150 and height as 150, color of first color do you like, so give this purple color, and give a child of it at index. And as I said before, text always take the string, not any type other than string, and make the style of that text of text style of color, and giving the color of white so that it will be looking good, and making it some font size bigger so that it will be look very much decent. Okay, now we have to put the text at the center of the screen. For that we use the alignment property of the center of the context. And now if we hot reload it here, it is showing here, and due to we used reverse true, so the last element is coming at the first, so we remove that just, and we hot reload it here, and all the elements is showing here. Okay, so we have to give a significant of page. So for giving a page, you can use the margin of your generating child or use another things. This is ListView dot separated, and for the separated there is a mandatory parameter is present, separator builder. And for the separator builder, let's see, yeah, so we can give how to we can provide a widget. Through that we can separate that item builder building widget. So I want to make a separator that having a width of, let's say, 20, so that it will be separate the item builder generating elements, generating widgets. Okay, so here you can, as you can see, the first index is starting with 0 and the last index is coming, just a minute, is 14. Okay, so in that way we can generate the elements without writing again and again the child members. So in that way we can generate it. There is many more constructor present, ListView.custom builder separated. So we know about the builder and separated, and you can explore the custom. So that's the builder and separated with the ListView is the most important. Okay, now that's all for the ListView. Now let's know about one more important topic, that is GridView. So as you know, grid means there is multiple items can be present, that is 3, 2, 1, just like you as you want. So what we can do, let's do some activity here. So I just remove the container here, so but the option is not coming, yeah, that's the option, and we can remove that container. And what we can do, it will take the width, not the width but also the height of the screen, and we want to wrap that ListView.separated under a column. And if we hot reload it here, there may be a error came. Okay, so the error is not showing in the phone, but you can see in the terminal there is a lot of error came because ListView.separated parent scope having no specific height. Just like when the ListView.separated is present under a row or column, in the parent scope the height is not specified. Just like in the column, how many of the portion ListView will be getting occupied, it is not specified. So for that we have to provide the width and height. So for only the width and height, as we see, we have to use the size box and having the width of height. So having the width in that way and having the height of 150 here as well. And now if we hot reload it here, as you can see, it is showing at the top. So it is now overflowing behind that status bar. So what I can do, we can remove that status bar or we can customize that status bar as well. I will show you in the next video, most probably in this series. Okay, so from top it will be 10, and for if you want to make sure that your elements will be downside from the status bar so that it will not overlap, you can do one thing. Instead of that, remove the margin and wrap that scaffold or wrap that container specially with a new method, that is safe area. Okay, as you can see, when we use safe area, we not use any margin from the top, but the elements is at the bottom of the status bar. Okay, so after that of the size box, we can let's know about the grid view. So we want to put the grid view in a size box of similar width and height, and we want to make the height to take at the rest of the screen. Just like let's first understand one more thing. So in that container, if we want to give a color, so if I give the color of red and for to reload it, it is not looking good because there is no separator between the list view and that is particularly widget. So we make a margin of it and give it inserts dot only, and from the top of the margin that will be 30, that will be I think decent. And what we want to do, we want to take that red section where we want to build the grid view to take the rest of the screen. So for that you have to wrap that parent widget with the method with the widget expanded. Okay, so if you can use the expanded, it will take the rest of the screen. So when you wrap a widget with the expanded, that widget width and height will not be considered, that will take the rest of the screen. Please keep this thing in mind. Now in there we want to make a grid view. So here I give a light color, so just like light blue accent, or we give in that way. We want to, if we want to make the transparency, we use with opacity with that color, so I give around 0.6, that will be decent. Okay, now here we want to make a grid view. For making the grid view, we have to write in that way. View, we have to provide a mandatory parameter grid delegate. Now here we have to provide the mandatory parameter under that silver grid delegate with fixed crossed axis count. Very long word. So here give the cross axis alignment of 3, and you can provide aspect ratio, child aspect ratio. So you can provide the children of this grid view, what aspect ratio every children has to maintain. So I give here 16:9. Okay, as of now. And if I make a screen, put a reformat, and I just minimize it here. Okay, now in the grid view, what we have to do, there is also a children is present, and I give a container of same way. Actually I can copy paste from here. So we have to remove that index .to string here, because we want to now only deal with the block. So if we got reload it here, there is some error is present, sorry. So just a minute, what the error? Yeah, the error is gone. Sometimes there's error is happened there. There is only one block present at that point of time. So if I got reload it here, and I make as many of the children as we want, and I make around 9 to 12 children. So let's see how many children we made. There is so many of the children we made, but the thing is that you can see it separately because we not give any page. So for giving the page, what we can do, under that grid delegate, silver grid delegate with free cross count, we give main axis spacing, not main axis extend, main axis spacing, that is 20. And if we got reload it here you can see it is giving page in the row, not in the column. So for giving the page in the column, we have to use cross axis padding and give a decent width 20. And now the items is formed in that way. Okay, so under the grid view, there is also present the scroll direction. You can change the direction axis dot horizontal as you see in the list view, and also the physics also present. So there, if there is many elements present, just like now here about 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 elements is present. There is, if there is present just like 100 elements, that will be overflow at the bottom, and we can scroll it there. And for that scrolling, we can use definitely the scrolling property that we see in the list view. Okay, so here you can see in the list view there is multiple properties present. And one more important thing is that just like the list view dot builder, we can use the grid view dot builder. And I go through the grid view dot separated. I think grid view dot separated is not present here, so we can go through the grid view dot builder. Okay, so under that what we can do, so under that we have to mandatorily maintain the grid delegate, otherwise that will not work. And we have to give the item count of, I just give 100 elements, and I maintain the item builder. And in the just like list view, in the same order we have to generate the item. We have to generate and build the item in the runtime. So we give as a container of width 150, height 150, and color of I think that will be I think that will be better. Okay, now if we hot reload it here, as you can see there is many of the blocks is come, and we can scroll it here. So you can definitely use the different scrolling property. You can try at your own, because I already show you in the ListView.welder. So now if we want to print the index of it just like before, so what we should do, we can copy from the here, because we already written it here. So if we want to reload it as of now, as you can see in the screen, this is showing the index number of every block, and I also want to maintain it at the center of the screen so that it will be looking good. So as you can see, it is showing at the center of every block the index number. So if there is many blocks present, we can scroll it here as well. Okay, so in that way you can do that. There is no GridView separated is present, just like ListView separated. So you can explore the other things just like count, custom extent. The GridView.builder is mostly used for generating items in the runtime dynamically. So in this video we covered about the ListView and GridView and its different properties and its different implementation. So guys, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. New video of this series is coming very soon. So see you in the next video. Stay happy. Bye.